My reflections on mentoring drew me to a number of different people. I certainly had good mentors in my life, especially my father being the closest one, many others in this church. But the one I wanted to focus on particularly was one that I met while I was in college. After my wife and I married, we went to Westside Church of Christ in Eugene, and Bruce Campbell was the teaching minister there at the time. And we got to know him and his wife Pat and their young family. And we were able to get to know them personally as well, visiting in their home, enjoying informal times, and we're impressed with them. Both my wife and I drawn to them in a way that helped us to, I think, establish some things in our own lives. And they were very honest and open in sharing some of the heartache that they had experienced in their own life, losing a child, a son died after an operation seeking to repair a hole in his heart that he was born with. And that really impacted their lives and their ministries. But they continued to serve and do well in touching other people's lives. But then when they had a young girl, a daughter born, she had the same birth defect, and it was a devastation to them. I think she survived all right, but the burden of it was huge, and really kind of took them out of the ministry in the church at that time. But they ministered to us in ways that were very encouraging, and the difficulties that we went through early in the marriage. My wife's first surgery that was life-saving and life-threatening at the same time, but the ministry that they gave to us in that time was very encouraging and helpful, and so we received from them as well as were able to hopefully encourage them as well in their struggle. A couple years after we left school and I was ordained here in this church, we called upon Bruce to bring the message at that ordination service. And it's memorable to me even to this day, some 46 years plus later. He spoke about loyalty and using the example of Mordecai, the relative of Queen Esther, that was instrumental in helping save the Jews from being annihilated. And that message just has kind of served as a mentor to me, an encouragement through these years of ministry and where we have been in our lives and the ups and downs, the struggles, so forth. And so that time of ministry that Bruce and Pat had with us is a memorable reminder of God's grace in using mentors that come alongside and help us in ways that are beyond our comprehension, really, but can have lasting effect and impact in our lives for the future. I know Bruce's ministry in that service was encouraging because others asked him to come and be the featured speaker at a friendship banquet that he did here in our fellowship hall. And So that was a memorable time as well. And so even though we lost touch with them over the years and moves, uh, we are thankful to God for the ministry that the Campbells had in our lives, and the ministry, the mentorship that they served, and helping us to grow as young college students to begin with, and help set us on a course that would be helpful in serving God for years to come.